Hello, everyone. Welcome. This is our live session with Dr. Wayne Dorband. And welcome to everyone who's here today. And hope you're all doing well. This is 2025, so new year. And a very happy new year to all of you. We'll get started here in a few minutes. Wayne is not on yet. Let's see. We'll wait a few minutes and we'll get started. So just hang in there and type in where you at in the world. And we'll get started in a few minutes. Let's see if Wayne comes on. So Alicia says, hydric soil is the soil has been saturated with water for long enough to create anaerobic conditions in the upper part of the soil. All right, so great information there. Okay, so give us just a few minutes and we will get started with our webinar, the live session with Dr. Wayne Dorband. We'll be on in a few minutes, and also anybody, if you have any questions, you can type in your questions, or if you'd like to visit our website, it's EAT Community, EAT community.com, and you'll find all the replays that we've been doing. There are many webinars with amazing guests. Even we've got a series going on with many world-class teachers and coaches on various topics that might interest you. So I would suggest go to our website. So once again, Happy New Year. We'll give it a couple of more minutes to see if Wayne comes on. And if he's not here in 5 minutes, we'll show you one of the replays from our previous sessions, an interview. So you'll enjoy that, I'm sure. If you haven't seen it live, and if you did see it live, it'd be great to watch it one more time. I'm sure you'll enjoy it the second time, even watching it. And let's see if Wayne comes on. So, okay. So I see a bunch of you out there. And Alicia has a couple of links, quite a few of them. Amazing information. So thanks, Alicia, for putting the links into the chat. And okay, so a couple of more minutes, then we'll start with the webinar interview. This is a replay that I'm going to show today. So I think I'll load up the video in a second. And let's see. We're gonna get started in a second. So it's been like 3 minutes already. And going to load the video and start the replay. And anybody, if you have any thoughts on any topic that you'd like to share with us, feel free to type them in while I load the video. So this video will start. So everybody type in if you can see the screen and hear audio right, and we'll get going in just a minute. Okay, so let's see. All right, I'm not seeing any questions or comments. All right, let's get going with the video.
Wanted out, so I dropped my dance major to a minor, got out with 184 units. I graduated with 184 units, and which is a lot for people who aren't on the quarter system. And
I'm going to guess. I think it was 136 when I was there. So
yeah, it was like, yeah, for one major it was 124 or something like that, and I ended up with 184 units anyway. So I learned a lot. And then my dance career pretty much ended with an injury when I was 37, and I was transitioning at the same time to doing gardening, and so it ended up here I am. So
wow. Mark, why don't you go ahead and start now? Start recording, and we'll. Oh, you already have. Why, everybody? Hi. Spare all the introductions. You've heard Christy and I talking. She just gave you just a little bit about her college side. I'll give a prize away to anybody that's on right now that will tell the audience through the question and answer box, what is the mascot of the University of California, Irvine?
I just gave a little bit of a hint with my
oh, you did? I didn't hear that. So, let me tell you what it's not, but this is for another University of California institution, which is, actually I'm going to get this wrong because I don't think it's fully, it's sea slugs. UC Santa Cruz is
it's the banana slug. It's the banana slug. My husband is a banana slug. He went to UC Santa Cruz, so we've got a banana slug in the house.
And did anybody get it? Mark, you're looking probably at the questions. We'll wait a little bit, but we'll give a prize to somebody who gets it. By the way, that was done. So Irvine started in '67. I actually went to another college for my first 2 years, and so I was a junior and senior year at Irvine. So 71 to 73. I think it was 68 or 69 is when they chose this mascot name, and it was totally a joke. People did not think that it would stick, and I heard that from classmates who were there at the time when the choice was made. But anybody, Mark, that's getting close to it or anything?
Nope.
It's anteaters. So you missed
it.
Yeah.
Yes, this is the symbol of the anteater.
By the way, when you were there, it's been a little while ago, but was it still pretty liberal arts-ish compared to, let's say, if you went to UCLA and majored in dance? I mean, to where I'm much the same way. I don't know how many credits I had, but it was way more than the amount. I did have a double major in engineering and biology, but shoot, I took some amazing classes outside of the major, and the most incredible one was in journalism. And the instructor was a guy that wrote the feature articles every month in the Good Housekeeping magazine, which sounds like, wow, what's that? No, they were amazing, and they could be on anybody. And he had 2 criteria for the grades in the class. If you showed up at all the classes and just did the work, you got a C. If you had an article published in either a newspaper or something like that, you got a B. If you got an article published in a real refereed magazine, you got an A. And he didn't expect any A's. And it was amazing. I mean, really learned from it. And most of the people taking it were English majors, or I'm a biology and engineering, and I was out of my league in that class. So, was dance, or were you a lot of dance and lesser of other things?
Well, the thing about arts majors is they're required to do all of their general ed in addition to their course material for their major. So we had, like you, had to take a whole bunch of different courses. So I took, biopsychology, I think was one of the more interesting courses I took. I took a lot of writing classes and anthropology and whatnot. So there were, and I took Italian for 2 years. So I studied Italian every single day for 2 years. And my plan had been to move to Italy at the end, after the, kind of finish out the decade, but that didn't happen. So here I am.
Well, let's continue with that on that direction. The rest of the audience wasn't there when she gave a really kind of a summary of her earlier life, but why don't you start and take us college and beyond, sort of up to today. Before you do that, though, thank you guys for coming. You guys are awesome. Please be really active with your fingers and put in questions. And if you're really bold, on the little place where it shows attendees, you can put your hand up. We'll unmute you, and you can ask your question to Christy directly. And we'll kind of go back and forth between, if it's relevant to answer a question while we're going, we'll do it. And if not, we'll wait till the end. And please ask them. Be interactive with us. So now, Christy, would you just give us sort of that follow-up after college and beyond?
Sure. So I studied theater and dance in college, and I also created a candle making business that kind of gave me some extra spending money while I was doing college work. And I danced professionally for a couple of decades, for at least a decade and a half after I got out of college, and did some acting and that kind of thing. And I'm still in that world a little bit. And then I suffered an injury, and that took me out. And I was at the same time starting my business, Garden Nerd. And that was after moving to LA, having become a vegetarian and learning more, as we learn more about our food system, of course, a lot of it is scary. And so I wanted to take control over my own food system. And so I started gardening, and I started gardening in college, but then it became a love and a passion and a business when I moved to Los Angeles. And so now I have three books under my belt. I have another one coming out in a month. Well, I have another, how do I say this? I've got Gardening for Geeks. I've got a digital book called 400 Plus Tips for Organic Gardening Success. I've got the book that's coming out in March, which is Grow Your Own Mini Fruit Garden. And I've just signed my first novel with HarperCollins imprint William Morrow that's coming out in 2022. Wow. So my life is.
By the way, if you guys don't know it, those are that's a major publishing house. This book is gonna be good because they wouldn't take it otherwise. Because most really people, excited. Their first novels, they self-publish, right, Christy? I mean, they're going to do something with, XYZ Press or whatever.
Right. Yeah. I worked very hard. I got a lot of rejections. I did a lot of rewrites, and I'm really excited to see this finally come to light of day with a big 5 publisher. Very excited.
Very cool. And you've mentioned, and we've seen some of the images, you have a partner, it looks like, and any children? So how about that side of the mix?
Sure. So
Hey, Wayne. Not hearing you though.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, there you go. Hello.
Yeah, I did not know what was going on today, and I didn't get on until now. And it seems like we're here. So
Yep.
And I see that we've still got this otter on here, AI with Levi. I wish I knew something about that. And we got Alicia, and we got others out there, I'm sure. So again, I apologize for being a little bit late here. I'm in the middle of trying to get some bunch of stuff moved up to our ranch location. I got the bad news that a trailer that we have here cannot be registered because they can't find the VIN number on it. And for those of you who don't know what that means, the VIN number is your vehicle identification number, and it's what is used to tell the governmental folks that you actually own it, and that passes from one owner to the next. And Deb just came back because she was trying to get it actually inspected and registered, and said she wasn't able to get that done. So, because they couldn't find the VIN number, and I don't know what that means. So anyway, I've got to talk to her, so I can't do that until we're done with the webinar now. So what do we have? Any chat and any questions from anybody? Appreciate you guys out there, and appreciate you being patient for me who was late. Were you playing something else, Mark, that you were playing?
Yes, yes, I was playing a replay from Garden Nerds. She's from California. I'm sure you remember. She went to I think I forgot the name. I think Irvine uh, University in California.
You mean this place?
Yes, Anteater. Yes. Yep. So yeah,
Well,
I was. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to do one thing, just because we weren't able to get this trailer registered, and I don't know what they're doing with it right now. And I've got to just check to see if I need to do something. So keep them occupied for just a second, and I'll be
Right.
right back. All right. I'm just going to
Okay.
go check with Deb.
All right. So, folks, if you are on, type in something to let me know if you'd like to see some of the video, some more, or wait a few seconds till Wayne comes back, and let us know how your New Year's party, or if you had a celebration for the new, uh, for this new year, and let us know what you'd like to see for our upcoming webinars. If you have any guest in mind, anybody that we could bring on, just let us know. Urban Forest Explained video. Yeah, it's a great video. Let me see if I can show that. Can screen share that and show you the video in just a second. All right. So I think you have one of the. I'll share that on screen.
But people need trees in urban spaces. So let's dive into urban forestry. Urban landscapes are not the most forgiving places. You have towering skyscrapers, busy and chaotic streets, underground utilities, pollution, and many, many people.
So were you able to see the video? People can see the video on the screen. I think it's covered up now, so I'll just see if you can.
Yeah, yeah. All right, Mark, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Yeah, one of the videos that Alicia shared. So
Oh,
just
cool.
share. Okay, so
Right.
yep.
I wonder, you know what? We're going to do this. We're going to look up otter today, so I'm going to take the screen, Mark. Because we're going to look at a couple of other things also here today. And this is screen 2. And get rid of this. And we're going to look up Otter. Because I'm not sure, I actually did download it as an app on my phone, and I want to see what it, Otter AI. App. Here it is, otter.ai. So here's the web page for it. Again, you guys are learning right along with me. Otter AI, the #1 AI meeting assistant. Never take notes again. Get transcripts, automated summaries, action items, and chat with Otter
Oh, wow.
to get answers from your meetings. All right. And you can start for free. And I don't know what it costs once you've done the free stuff. Condense a 1-hour meeting into 30 seconds. That's pretty cool.
That is cool, yes.
Get the tedious task of composing action item emails. Otter automatically captures and assigns action items from the meeting with complete context of the discussion, keeping everyone aligned. So it's giving a bunch of sales stuff. So let's just see how it works. Pricing, let's look at that. Not hugely expensive. So they have 4 different plans. They have a free plan, which is, I'm sure, what I have. I put it on my phone. Join Zoom, MS Teams, and Google Meet to automatically write and share notes. So that's the free plan. Sounds pretty cool. 300 monthly transcription minutes, 30 minutes per conversation, and import and transcribe 3 audio video files lifetime. Okay, so it wouldn't allow much of that. So the free is literally just to kind of get you going to make sure you think it makes sense. Then the pro, you get, looks like a few more things. You get 1,200 minutes of transcription, 90 minutes per conversation rather than 30. And then you can import and transcribe 10 audio or video files per month. So that's a lot more. Still not that much monthly. And then here you get 6,000 monthly transcription minutes, 4 hours per conversation rather than 90 minutes. Unlimited audio and video files. And then the last one, the enterprise is always so big that they don't even want to tell you what it is. They make you schedule it. So obviously that's the way Levi is listening to this. He must just literally sign up, right, Mark? I would guess.
Yes, he has a membership for the IT community, and he also has an account with Otter. And I think he's taking notes, transcribing, and maybe he's downloading videos. I don't know.
the
But
workspace. It looks like you can have workspace members. I wonder what is a workspace?
he never types anything, so he doesn't like interact in the chat, doesn't reply.
Autopilot joins Zoom, Microsoft Teams, and Google Meet to automatically take and share notes, even if you can't join.
Hmm.
How that works. Let's just look at that. Here's it showing a video of it. Jamie's otter. Yeah, here. See how remember, we can see now it's going too fast. So Jamie's otter. So Jamie is
Right.
on, and
Mhm.
Jamie's otter is on.
Right.
And then
But
Jamie's otter can actually talk to everyone.
interesting.
Well, Levi's otters never talk to us.
Yes. I wonder if Levi is on, just his order is on.
Well, I don't think he's on, or we'd see his name in our participants because we don't
Right.
see Levi's
Yep.
name.
Exactly. Yes. So maybe he just sent his order to attend and take notes.
So here's this guy. This is a meeting going on, and see Jamie's there, so he's using it to also in this demo that we're seeing on of Otter here. So it's being seen. That's the other thing. It transcribes it right as it's occurring. And this is using Zoom as Zoom meeting and not Zoom webinars. So we're using Zoom webinars right now, where Zoom meeting, you'd see everybody's
Yeah, you'd see.
avatar, like we're seeing here,
Yes.
where they're doing a demo of it. We've got Jamie, Michael, and Kieran as participants on the meeting, and then Jamie's otter is also a participant. So, but here's different people talking, and Jamie's taking the notes. The otter is.
Right.
Goodbye, manual notes. Hello, otter. So I'm not going to play this video. There's a video here which shows maybe how you can even send emails from it, because this is Gmail. I'll play it. I don't, will you hear this? Do you hear this, Mark?
No, not hearing anything yet.
So you don't hear this?
No.
How do I do that? Remember you told me how I could get it to where,
Yes, you have to like stop sharing first, and then when you start sharing, you have to check optimize for video and share audio.
where
There's
do
a
I
two,
click optimize? Where do I hit the optimize at?
you'll see two check boxes in the corner when the screen share pops up.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Otter to get clarification or details without interrupting the flow of the meeting discussion.
Now, are you hearing it?
Yep.
Okay. So this is telling us about Otter.
Otter AI Chat will also generate meeting-specific content. Ask it to write a follow-up email with action items, blog posts, case studies. Could be anything. Ready for takeoff? Put your meetings on Autopilot today.
I'm going to play it again just because you guys only heard a little bit of it. So I'm going to play it again here.
Too many meetings? Missing the key action items? It's time to put your meetings on Autopilot, the AI meeting assistant to automate your entire meeting process from start to finish. First, Autopilot automatically joins meetings and takes notes for you in real time, even if you're not there. Whenever a slide is shared in a virtual meeting, Autopilot automatically captures it and inserts it into the meeting notes. This way, you and your team have complete context of the content that was discussed. Save time with Autopilot's automated meeting summary, an AI-generated summarization of the key meeting topics. Then you and your team can access live AI-powered insights with Otter AI Chat. Late to the meeting? Ask in Otter AI Chat for the key points you missed so far and get answers instantly based on the live meeting notes. Your team can collaborate together with Otter to get clarification or details without interrupting the flow of the meeting discussion. Otter AI Chat will also generate meeting-specific content. Ask it to write a follow-up email with action items, blog posts, case studies. Could be anything. Ready for takeoff? Put your meetings on Autopilot today.
This all sounds really cool. I'm glad we're looking at this. Very cool tool for our members.
Yep. So
Here's another video real quick.
Hey everyone, I'm an enterprise sales rep here at Otter, and I want to show you how our new sales-specific AI assistant, Autopilot for Sales, works. As a sales rep, I have meetings with clients all throughout the week, and with so many back-to-back discussions, it can be tough to keep everything straight. That's where Autopilot for Sales comes in. Our new AI meeting assistant is built specifically for what sales reps and sales leaders are doing every day. I love that all my client meetings are automatically organized. They're here for me to review. Right away, I can see that Otter has not only automatically summarized these calls, it's also pulled out sales-specific insights that correlate with your sales process, MedPick, BANT, whatever process you happen to follow. Better yet, all these insights are automatically synced up with our CRM. Salesforce works with HubSpot as well. Also very cool is that our sales channel gathers up all of my calls as well as all the calls we have with our customers. So I'm able to go in and see how my colleagues are running their deals. I also like to use the Otter AI chat within channels because I can ask questions like, what are some of the main benefits that reps are talking about? Finally, after every meeting, I can ask Otter chat to write up a follow-up email based on the specific content of my sales conversation with that client. It saves me a ton of time. I mean, I'm talking at least a half hour daily. And when I get the draft, I personalize it, I add my own touches, and it's a huge time saver. In general, I'm saving hours every week using Otter, getting those administrative tasks done way faster so that I can do what I'm paid for, to sell, to be creative, to think strategically about my deals. If you're a busy sales professional, Autopilot for Sales is a must-have tool. Check it out today.
It's got a lot of stuff. Really cool. All right. Well, I wanted to show something completely different today, and that's Logify, which is another tool that I think all of you out there that are wanting to be economic and create your own business. This is for people who have lodging that they rent out. So if your farm or ranch has one cottage on it that you want to rent out, you can pay a starter for $20 a month, or a professional for 50, or 73. You can actually get discounts if you do it annually, and pay the whole year. But if you just had one cottage that you'd rent, you can then get the Lodgify software. And I'll show you what it does here in just a second. I understand this one well because I actually started a demo yesterday of it, because we are going to use it for our lodging properties that we have, and we have several. We have McDermott that you've heard me talk about, where we have one house that is a co-living house, where there are 5 bedrooms, and each one of those bedrooms has a separate resident, and they pay a separate rent monthly for it. And they share a kitchen. One of them has a private bathroom, and then the other 4 share a bathroom. And then they share the grounds that are around the house. And they share a parking area. The parking's all not on the street, it's all off street, so it makes it a little nicer parking. Well, co-living is now a description of that kind of a circumstance. So what most people would do with that house is rent it out to a family, let's say, that rented the whole house. So why would you want to rent a 3 bedrooms? And so in this case, the living room area is also one of our rentals in this place. And so now, if a family rented that whole house, they were a tenant, maybe you could get $1,500 a month, maybe. My guess is you could get $1,300 a month, in that range. When I'm renting out individual rooms, I have one room that I rent at $700 a month. I have another room that I rent at $800 a month. That's the one that's got the private bathroom. I have another one that I rent at $550. That's actually down in the basement. So that person has to walk upstairs to go and use the kitchen. They have to walk upstairs to the bathroom because there's not a bathroom in the basement. And then there are 2 bedrooms upstairs that are just typical bedrooms, and those each get $600 a month. And then the last room has a fireplace in it, so it's a little special in that it can also get the benefit of having a fireplace in the room, and that one gets $700 a month. So you take $800 because that one has a private bath, and $700, that's $1,500, and then $600 for the 2 that share the bath, so that's $1,200 more, that's $2,900, and then the basement room for $500 is $3,400 a month, rather than the $1,300 that you'd get if you just rented that to one family. So the whole co-living concept gives you higher monthly costs, or excuse me, rental revenue, but really no additional costs. Because why would those people be doing more to that property to cause you, as the landlord, the owner of the property, to have additional costs? The house is all being heated or cooled, whether it's a family living in it or whether it's individual tenants. The kitchens may be getting used more, although I would argue it actually gets used less, because I'm told that most of my co-living tenants don't even use the kitchen to cook. They actually go and eat out most of the time. And then finally, I don't provide them any other amenities. So they all use their cell phones for communication. They use that for their internet also. I don't provide additional internet as the landlord. So I'm paying for electricity. I'm on a well, so they again they don't use much more water than a family would use, maybe less. So again, you don't have any more costs, and yet I'm making 3,400 a month rather than 1,300 a month. So that's similar to what this Logify does, because Logify has different services, and they create web pages. So I'm going to show you several web pages, and I'm just in the process of creating one now. Here is one for a place called Tailwater Lodge in South Holston, and that's in Tennessee or Virginia, I think. So here's what the homepage looks like. And this is an area where they were affected recently by the Hurricane Helene that occurred last in the summer. So here's what the homepage looks like. And each one of these lodging units that they have, let's click on this one. When you click there, it'll take you in and it'll tell you all about that pheasant tail. And then you got a bunch of pictures of it and the area surrounding it. And then you can book it. So let's say you're going to have 8 people there, because it says it'll take 8. It won't allow you to go more than 8. And let's say you want to go there. This is President's Day weekend. Let's say you want to be there Friday and Saturday. You want to leave on Sunday. This will show you all the amenities that it has, what the rules are. And then you go, okay. I wonder if that's the real price, or if and here's the location and everything. Or is it, when I get in here, it's going to ask me for more? It actually is the whole amount, that 817. And it's telling me that I could pay 408 today, and then I'd pay the other 408, half of it, on January 15th, because if you remember, I'm going to be coming in there, I think that day. Is that the days we picked? I think we picked, no, 17th. 2 days before you're going to be there, you would pay the rest of the payment. And then you get choices. So you can, let's say I want to go fishing too. So yeah, I want to at least do this. And I actually want 4 of the people in my group are going to do that. And yeah, we need some wood. Absolutely. We're going to want to have wood for our fireplace. Yeah, I probably have 2 crates of wood. And then, do I want to play golf? Yeah, I think that there's some of those 8 people that aren't going to be fishing that want to play golf. I think there's 2 of them that want to do that. So I'm going to add that. And then I'm going to, here now it tells me that what was 800 is ballooned up because of all these fishing costs and the golf cost and the wood to $3,100. So now I make 1,500 now, and I make almost 1,600 now and 1,600 later. Somebody in the audience, tell me what, if I'm the one who owns this place, if I own this lodging unit, and it's there, and nobody's booked it for that night yet, how much am I doing right now to get this 3,100 that's going to be paid to me, 1,500 today and another 1,500 on January 15th? How much do I have to do? Mark, you can wait a minute and let's see if any of the audience weighs in. But what is the cost to me before this person gets there on the 17th of January? Because they're going to stay 17th through the 19th, 2 nights.
So you already own the property. You already
Yep, I do.
and you have everything like the licensing and all the
Yep,
legal stuff.
I got
So
all
you,
that.
right. So you don't have any cost.
I got no costs.
Yes.
Not bad, huh, Mark? I got no
Right.
costs.
Can't beat that. Yep.
And okay, now they show up, right? So 8 of them. There's 8 people going to come, and they're going to stay in my Pheasant Tail lodging. What are my costs going to be while they're there? I have a guy calling me who's somebody that wants to be a manager of ours, and we'll let you listen to this real quick. Hey, Joe.
Wayne, hi. Sorry to bother you again. I know you had a webinar, but I just wanted to give you a call back because last time we spoke, you said you would be willing to share the deck and a business plan with me. I'm wondering if you'd still be willing to do that.
I can do that. I can send that to you. Yep.
Great. Yeah, you got. I texted you my email right after we got off
Yep.
that last
I
call.
think I've got that. Yeah, I've got it.
Wonderful.
I can
Thanks. I
send you
will
that.
view it with interest.
Sounds good. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Wayne.
So this is somebody who wants to invest with us in our property up in Riggins. But Mark, have you been thinking about it, or anybody else in the audience, if they put it into the chat? What are my now? This group's going to be there. This 8
Yes.
people
8
are going to
people.
be, and they're going to be staying at my place, Pheasant Tail, for 2 nights. And Mark already said it. I already own this place. It's already got all the beds in it. It's already got all the sheets on the beds. It's got all that stuff. There's a kitchen. I don't have to, by the way, this place has its own kitchen, its own living room. They bring their own food. I don't know if you don't see it here on here. I'm not providing them any food. What they're getting here is lodging. And then they bought separately fishing, and they bought separately of creative wood, and they brought the golf at the private club. So what else am I going to have to do while they're there for those 2 nights?
Nothing.
No, you're exactly right. I do have to make sure there's a crate of wood there.
Right.
When they I
Exactly.
have some cost below this $16, and actually they wanted 2. They picked
Right.
out 2, so I got to bring 2 different crates of wood. The
Mhm.
golf's being provided by a third party. They're just going to show up there and play golf. I'm not paying a dime for that. I actually probably made a profit on this. I probably paid the golf club, maybe instead of the 130, I might have paid them, and it'd be 260. Oh no, it's total. That's the total for 2. I might have paid 125, so I made $5 there. The fishing, instead,
Yes.
the $2,200, I probably paid 2,000, so I made $200 here. Plus, I got all the rental income. So now
Yes.
they've left at the end of on the end of the day on the 19th. What do I have to do before my next group comes in?
Get ready. So it's all cleaned up and
Yep, I got to clean it up. So I
Yep.
have to have somebody come in and change the sheets, clean up any kind of a mess that they've made,
Right.
and then any of that. Part of this was a sales tax, which I just pay to the government. So that's just a wash. I don't make that, and I don't get paid, but I get the $630 that they paid for the 2 nights, and I get 200 here,
Right.
and I get probably, let's say, I don't know, let's say I get 10 here for the golf. So I get I get about $900, let's say.
In 2 days.
And
That's really
that's
good.
not bad. Yeah,
Yep.
not bad.
But you gotta have a housekeeping staff. So they'll take care of
Actually, not necessarily. There are
Okay.
housekeepers you pay when you need
Oh.
them. So
Right.
you
All
don't have
right.
to have them on staff. They're just
Mm.
available and they will come. So if all I have is pheasant tail, they'll just come and clean that. Now,
Oh,
but frankly, if I just had one unit pheasant tail, and if this was your farm, and remember, we're talking about how all the rest of you out there can make some money. If I just had the one location, how much time and effort would it take me to clean this, Mark?
just one, maybe 3 or 4 hours.
Maybe. I
Yes.
doubt it would take that long, honestly. I bet
Uh-huh.
it's a couple hours. If you ever stay at a hotel somewhere and you watch the cleaning person
Oh,
that's
yeah.
got going
They're
around,
done in 5 minutes.
yeah, how long do they spend in the room cleaning it up?
5 to 10 minutes max.
Yeah, five to
They're in
ten
and out.
minutes. That's right. They're in and
Yeah.
out. So I am looking at Logify right now. And so we'll go back to the home page here of Logify. And now we're going to go to what work I've been doing on. Actually, I need to go over and check in again. I need to go to my dashboard. And I'll show you where we're at because we're not there yet. But actually, let's go to the website. This is what you see behind the door. This is my side of it to where it'll show you because I can actually view the website. Preview it. So you guys have seen this before. That's an aerial view of our site at Riggins. This is our lodge. There's our office and lodging manager's room. Here's our shop building right there. Here's our hot tub swimming pool and our hot tub. Here's our what we call our pool room and conference center. And then here's our building that we're going to be turning into a kennel for dogs and potentially a stable. And here's our other lodging unit. We call this the cabins, in which we have 3 different lodging units. And then our property is all around here. There's a lot more of it. So then this, we haven't changed that. I actually reached out to you this morning, Mark. It didn't catch you, but I'll catch you later because instead, how would we normally build this page, Mark? With what tool would we use?
Normally, we are using Kajabi.
We're using Kajabi.
Yeah.
But because we're going to use this booking service, we're actually going to use this. But their process to build a page is very similar to Kajabi. It's just a cut and paste.
Okay.
So you'd put things, and then if you remember back to this site, you also on your homepage can put things about what you do. In this case, this group
Fishing lodging,
does fishing and lodging. And then down further, there's links to each one of their, again, we were looking at pheasant tail, but they have a whole bunch of others, as we do. So now you'll look down and you'll see our different suites that we have. And you'll actually be able to book right from them, just like we did that other one. So you'll be able to come to Bufflehead, and then there's pictures of Bufflehead, and you'll be able to see what the rules are, what are the amenities and all that. And then you can book just like we did over there. So now let's go back to ours and our site here, and we'll add those things on this page also.
right.
And notice it's already set up. Down at the bottom, it says 2025, the resort at Riggins Hot Springs, all rights reserved. And what is it when you buy a certain level do you get, Mark, where instead of saying powered by Logify, and you do the same here, what's it going to say? Powered by what?
Eat community or
Eat community, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what else will we have down here in the bottom?
We'll have logo, contact,
Yep. Social links, right? Things
social
to our
links.
different
Yes.
things. Yeah.
Right. terms and
And then-
conditions, all those
Yep.
things.
And then we'll have all of our properties here. So they can just go up at the top and go to any individual one also. So I'm going to show you one other that did stuff through them. So this is a different way that a page is done. This is KBL Advantage. And so this is their Logify page. So here's examples of some of their properties. This is their glamping, glamping is a little bit of a sophisticated camping. So you aren't staying in a heated and air conditioned room. Instead, you're in a yurt, which is what it looks like this might be. Let's click on it, see what it is. See, it's actually just a tent. Look at that picture of, that's like who's the fake character? That's something they put as a joke coming out of the sofa.
Potato head or something?
No, yeah, it's like Yeti. He's the
No,
Yeti.
Yeti. Okay.
So there's a little kitchen. There's the bathroom. In the shower. There's what it looks like. I still have 6 pictures to go, 5 now. So that now there's the Yeti again, sitting on the deck. Then we go back to the starting picture that we started with. So that's just for this sunken escapes glamping unit number 2. And again, I can do my arrival and departure. Look at how much they rent these things. That's all rented out. This whole month of January, you can't get that.
February.
Wow. No, nothing available in February.
Oh, March and April. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? You know why I think this is what it is, Mark?
Yeah.
They haven't built it yet.
Oh, it's not ready yet.
I think that's the case, or why wouldn't there be any? There'd be at
Anything.
least 1 or 2 dates available.
Right. Maybe it's not open yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, they plan to open it up in 26. So let's say we wanted to go there. Got to stay 2 nights. You can do that too. So now, what is the cool thing about this? Here's all my info. I put a fake name in, which that's the other thing you should do, folks. We didn't teach you this already. Just by putting dots in your Gmail address, they all come to you, but different programs think that's a different email address, even though it's not really. And I just made up a last name. But now put ourselves let's pretend we own Sunken Escapes Clamping Unit 2. And it's not going to even be ready for anybody to stay in until 2026. But somebody books it January 14th to the 16th, 2026, next year. And right now, what do they pay us? They pay us right now all of the money.
$380.
Even though they're not going to be there for a year.
Uh-huh. Next year.
So it says you will pay over time for the dates listed. I'm going to click continue here because I don't think, I just want to see. I haven't looked this. It's actually it's 4, but I'm going to keep going here a little while. Are there any other questions, Mark? Be looking for
Yeah.
any of our.
Yeah. No, I don't see any questions. I see a long comment by Robert. Alicia has a bunch of information, links and such. So that's great.
See, this has got a housekeeping fee. These are a whole bunch of other fees that are added. It's in Canadian dollars because this is not US.
Oh.
And I'd be booking it today. And all this money is getting kept, and yet it's not even available yet.
So they'll charge your card or whatever method you use immediately.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah, I haven't done anything yet to say I'm not going to put this in. I'm not going to put in my payment info because I don't really want to book it. but if I was.
And is there any cancellation policy? Like once you book, is there any way that you can say, well, I'm not gonna go?
Well, let's go back and look.
Okay.
So let's go back to their homepage. This is Sunken Escapes Glamping Unit 2. Sunken Escapes Glamping Unit. I don't know which one it was. Let's assume it's that one. Probably this one, right? Let's see if this is it.
Yeah, I think that's.
Well, that's unit 4, but I doubt it's any different. Let's see if it's got the cancellation. It looks just like that. Pets allowed, smoking not allowed. House rules. Rates, they vary. Policy, cancellation. All paid prepayments are non-refundable.
Oh, wow. Okay. Security deposit.
Yeah, you pay that. That's actually, I don't think that's part of the reservation. But the payment schedule, it's all due the time you do it.
100%. Okay.
And look at all this is unavailable, like I said, which means it's unavailable, not because anybody's using it. I don't think it's built yet.
Huh.
Remember, we couldn't get it available until
26. 2026. Yeah.
And not even the first week of January of 26. It
Right.
looks like they're planning to get it done
By
about
Sunday.
that time.
Yeah.
So more than a year from now, because today is the 2nd. So a year from now would be this day. Huh, that's not bad. And then here's their stuff about the host. And here's the sunken, there's a separate website. I'm gonna look at the page source real quick and see if this is Logify, and it's not. This is something else. Mark, see if you can see here what they're using.
Mhm.
What's Playfair? No, that's the font type. What's GitHub.com?
It's another website.
I bet it's GitHub that this is.
That's
So
using,
here's
yeah.
website builder, data prod.
Yeah, that's the builder they're using.
But it's not Logify.
Yeah, they have the similar kind of booking tool uh, that Logify uses.
Well, I bet this goes to Logify. Let's click on the booking.
Mm.
I bet this is Logify. See, look, there's all kinds of availability here.
Right. This one is open.
This one's open.
Yeah.
So let's try booking it next weekend. Alicia raised her hand for some reason.
Mm. Should we allow her to talk?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Okay, Alicia, you may unmute. Oh, she disappeared.
So now I want to see if this is, let's go to page source. Logify. See, this is Logify. So see, they linked then to Logify.
Yep. So Robert says Logify is an all-in-one solution managing and marketing your short-term rental business.
Robert says, what? Because there are a whole bunch of things like Logify out there.
Right.
Logify is just one of them that's out there.
Right. Yeah, it's he has like a couple of comments, long ones, and a link. So yeah, that's fine.
again, this is all Logify, where that other site we looked at, look, remember, this one's not. This
Yep.
is,
There was GitHub.
whatever this is,
Oh,
WSIM,
okay.
right, Mark? That's gonna be where, I don't know what WSIM,
I
that,
think
that must be,
that's the image source. I think.
there's no, again, this is not on Logify, because you'd see the URL, you'd sell the HTML there. You're not seeing
Yeah,
it.
right. It's not.
Maybe it is this one down here. Is it this
Mhm.
website builder?
Yeah, that's
Um,
the one.
Yeah, so they're mixing website types.
Yes, they sourced images from different places. Just display here.
I'm just looking here to see these dome tents, how many people you can have. 4.
Okay.
All right, here's back to here's glamping unit 2 again. So this must have moved us back, and yeah, these are all the same pictures. Now let's look at page source. I think we're back on Logify. Yep. Now let's see if you could book it, because it wasn't available. Yep, not available.
Not
So
available.
lodging unit 2 is not available yet. All right,
Yeah.
well, that all makes sense. At least it's all consistent. So you wouldn't be able to book it until it was available. So this is a way you can market things you don't even yet have in operation.
Mhm.
That's pretty cool. All right, well, everybody, thank you. We love all you. Appreciate you. Happy New Year to everybody. We'll be back next Thursday. Oh, actually, I'm traveling next Thursday. I'm at CES. Mark, you're
Oh,
going to do a
yes,
replay next Thursday. Next
sure.
Thursday.
Yeah, CES is going to be fun. You know,
Yeah. All right. Talk to everybody later.